Welcome to Real Estate Success Partner. We're your hosts, Devin Dubuc.
And Clint Richey.
Clint, David's still on vacation, I guess.
I guess he's having too much
Hey,
fun in the
brother,
sun.
I love having you here.
I
I
appreciate
love
that.
having you here. Well, we're here to talk about how to have great success in any market. And talking about success, we've got a couple of really successful people here. We've got Tonya Peak and Sylvia Maris of the Tonya Peak Group. These guys are located just outside the Star in Frisco, Texas. And let me tell you something, talk about some rock star agents. We're really lucky to have them here today. So, Tonya, Sylvia, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we know a lot about you, and I know a lot of people out there know about you. You're servicing a lot of families. But at the end of the day, let's make sure our followers get to know you as well. Tonya, tell us a little bit about your background. Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Paris, Texas.
Paris, Texas. I've been there. I've been there
Really?
years ago. Yeah. At some point in my career, I was a car salesman,
Mhm.
and I traveled to Paris, Texas to drop off a Chevy Impala at a sewing factory.
Well, wow.
Walked
Yeah.
in the door and there's 20 individuals on sewing machines. And I was like, this is interesting out here in the middle of Paris, Texas.
Yes, from
Very
Paris,
cool.
Texas.
Very cool. And how long have you been in the Dallas area?
Well, I went to school in Denton.
Okay.
So I went to UNT, and then when I graduated in 1990, I moved to the Dallas area and have not left.
That's great. I've got a UNT student right now. Yeah, my son Dylan is attending UNT.
Nice. It's a
Yeah.
wonderful university.
Fantastic, fantastic. So attended UNT and graduated, went straight into real estate.
No, I did not. I went into corporate America.
Okay.
I sold postage meters for a little while,
Very cool.
and then telecommunications, and then pharmaceutical sales.
That's
And
awesome.
then I came into real estate. So
Yeah.
I've been here 22 years now.
So no stranger to the sales market.
No.
And what made you decide to slide over into real estate? What was that aha moment? This is where I need to be.
Well, with pharmaceutical sales, I was traveling and then I had two children. So I thought that I was getting a job where I could set my own schedule and have more
Little
free
did you
time,
know.
but little did I know. I had a friend, Tiffany Sharkey, that was in real estate. And so she mentored me for a few years.
That's
My
awesome.
first year, I got Rookie of the Year, and I haven't slowed down.
Yeah, here you are today, and you guys are absolutely killing it. And that's why we brought you on. We want to talk about, great success in the market. We want to interview the people that are having it so we can share their stories for other agents that may be looking at getting into the industry or maybe struggling in the industry. But also we want to showcase borrowers, what's out there when you're looking to partner with the right real estate team and why it's so important to have that great real estate team. And speaking of that, Sylvia Maris is here with us as well. And Sylvia, you're a big part of the Tonya Peak Group. Talk about your background. Where'd you come from originally?
Well, can't I say I'm originally from Texas?
You can.
I moved here when I was 13 from California. That's where I was originally
Texas.
from. Texas. Yep. But, I've been here a long time.
Yeah, this is your home.
This is my
your
home.
And in the DFW area the whole time?
Yeah,
or-
the whole time.
Yeah.
The whole time.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's
So-
So
awesome.
you're the
I
typical
started-
you got here as fast as you could, right?
Yes, yes. Well, I mean, we lived here. We moved around a lot, so we were back and forth. But yeah, really stayed here when I was in high school. Really started high
That's
school
awesome.
here.
And what school did you attend? What area were you at?
Well, we moved around there too. Plano, mostly
Yeah,
Plano.
Yeah,
Yep.
Plano.
Yep.
Yeah. So you've seen things grow up around here.
Oh, yeah.
Frisco was just pasture fields and eventually a mini mall in the middle of nowhere, right?
It was. I was
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And now here we are flourishing and one of the largest growing cities out there, doing some really beautiful things. You got the new golf course that just came up out here.
Yeah.
I think there's the whole Universal Studios plan that's coming up around the corner. You guys are right across from the Star.
Right.
What a hot spot to be in, right?
It is.
Yeah,
And
it's
all
good
this
stuff.
going across the street, they're building all kinds of shopping and more stuff. And
Right.
Well, we had a drone wreck across the street. We were shooting some footage to showcase your office, and our videographer here ran the drone right into that new building over here.
Nice.
We
Good
went on a
job.
scavenger hunt. We found it. We got the video, and you guys are seeing it. Actually, you've already seen it because it's at the beginning of the show. So,
Oh, wow.
Do you even get the crash?
we got the crash, we got the crane, we got it all. So
Nice.
it's good stuff. But so Sylvia, so Dallas Fort Worth, how'd you get into real estate?
Well, I started out flipping houses. So then 2008 happened, and we uh, decided that we would get our own real estate license.
That's great.
Or I decided to get my real estate.
2008
Well,
was a
my
strange
husband and
time to
I
get into the
thought it would be a
industry.
good idea for me to get my
Yeah.
license. So I kind of really liked just doing the real estate part of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I liked flipping houses, but it was kind of
It's a chore. It's a job, and I don't think a lot of people give it the credit that's due.
Right.
They're
it.
like, "Oh, you're just making a lot of money by buying a house and selling it." No,
Mhm.
there's
Yes.
way more that goes into
Yeah,
it.
Right.
I was doing all the I was like GCing all the jobs myself
Oh
and
wow. Yeah.
dealing with the contractors myself, and it was just
And
it was a
that's the
lot.
fun part, right?
Oh my God. Well, I thought,
Right.
that, it'd be better with just doing real, and I had kids, so
Yeah.
it was a lot of dragging them around, and uh, so it was kind of just a better situation for me to do real estate, which I've always been interested in real estate
Yeah.
and some semblance of it. So,
So straight to the Tonya Peak group.
well, I didn't meet Tonya right away. I met her, I think, like 2011.
Mhm.
So I've
That's
been with her since
great.
2011.
About
But yeah,
over a
I
decade.
started out on my own
That's
for
like
a
Clint and
minute.
I. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Yeah, I think we
fantastic.
met in 2011, right?
I
Right.
think that's right.
Matter of fact, we worked in the same little Gaylord Park,
We worked right out of
Hall
here.
Office Park,
Yeah, we
right?
were in
Yeah,
Hall Office Park right around the corner
yeah.
at that
Wow.
time. Yeah, we
Yeah.
were Town Square Financial back then.
Yeah.
We're Click and Close Mortgage now, but
Yeah.
yeah, we go way back too. So let's talk a little bit about that. So Tanya Peak, you started out with your own group, right? You were just right into this.
I started out as
Gotcha.
myself. I had someone that was mentoring me, but yes, I started out. But
That's
then I
awesome.
created the team in 2000, around 2010 is when I started the team
And you've got a
infrastructure.
big
Before that, I
team.
was an individual agent. Yes, we have about 15 agents and 3 full-time admin.
That's fantastic.
Mhm.
And how many homeowners last year? Homeowners and home sellers.
I think we're at 250 last year,
Maybe a little bit more than that,
maybe
but
270,
around
Wow.
there.
somewhere in there,
Yeah.
somewhere between 250 and 270 last year, and we did about 120 million.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. And that's why we wanted to have you here, right? Because you're out there having great success. And let's talk about that. Last year, for a lot of agents, wasn't a great time in the industry,
Right.
right? But you're still out there because of your experience and the processes that you provide. And we talked a little bit about that earlier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You found a way to have great success while some of the other agents were struggling. How'd you guys do that?
Worked harder than everybody else.
Yeah. Worked harder, but I think there's
Worked
some
harder, worked
processes in there.
smarter. We've
Yeah.
got lots of processes. We have a database
Yeah.
that is very robust, and so it keeps us in touch with our clients. And
That's
then
great.
we train the team well and
You
give
do.
them as much education as they can and teach them to be the best negotiators that they can.
I
That's
think the
awesome.
biggest part of it is that we treat it like you would treat a full-time job too.
It
Yeah.
is.
It's not like a part-time job,
Yeah.
it's a career. And, if you're going to have a career, you just have to do it full force, go all the way.
Well, and if you want to provide consumers with the best possible experience,
Right.
you've got to take it seriously, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to take it seriously and you have to treat them like family. I
That's
mean,
right.
what we're negotiating for them is what a lot of people's biggest asset is.
That's
So
right.
it's extremely important and they can feel your desire and your energy to take good care of them and protect them and give them best advice. And so that's
Absolutely.
one reason we get repeated referrals and we're one of the top teams in the nation.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So I want to talk about the processes because I saw a peek behind the Tanya Peak team a little bit ago. I saw a lead come in and I saw it distributed within seconds and somebody reaching out to that consumer right away. That's a process,
Mhm.
and that's not the standard in this industry. That's not how it always gets done. And there's a reason behind that. That's the leadership team, right?
Correct.
And that's you, Tanya, and that's you, Sylvia. You've created this thing with a little help from Sylvia over here.
A lot of help from Sylvia.
I love that. I love that. So we got to give this girl some credit, right? Yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. She's been
fantastic.
amazing. She helps me with the team and helps disperse the leads and manage the team and train the team. And
Yeah.
then she works 24/7.
You're the coach.
She
I
is.
am.
A lot of coaching.
A lot
Yeah,
of coaching.
that's important. That's important because there's always something new that's coming up. You've got new people coming into the industry all the time, and you got to make sure that everybody on the team understands the processes that you've created to have that great success, right?
Absolutely.
You talk about a database. I assume there's some sort of a CRM system behind that that drives your communication with your consumers.
A very robust CRM.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It has drip campaigns. It has an AI. It lets you know what buyers are the hottest, and
Yep.
it really is a wonderful system that works beautifully for us.
And that way you can be in front of the right people at the right time and let
Correct.
them know that you're there to provide expert experience and give them what they need, whether they're buying a home or whether they're selling a home, right?
Correct. hmm
And so what you're saying, I believe, is a lot of that great success you had last year while other agents were struggling is because you've got a database,
hmm
you've managed to maintain that database, and
hmm
you managed to make sure that you're staying in front of those people so that when they're on the move and they're thinking about, hey, it's time to get a house, the only choice is the Tonya Peak Group because you've been right there along the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, I think it goes back to what we talk about all the time is are they busy or are they productive?
Yeah.
And so the processes and the CRMs that you guys have put in place, it makes the most efficient use of your time where other agents are kind of spinning their wheels, not getting any traction. You guys hit the ground running,
Yeah.
whereas we like to say in the morning you guys get out of bed doing backflips and cartwheels, where everyone else is just like trying to walk and chew gum.
That's
We
right.
have more time for income producing activities.
Right.
That's it.
So
Right.
so let's talk about that, Sylvia. So you're the processes lady. You manage everything. What is the most important thing that a real estate agent must have in this market with low inventory rates are a little bit higher? How does a real estate agent have success in this market?
You have to work. You have to not stop,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really just
And when you
about
say work,
you have to do what everybody else isn't doing. You have to make all, you have to call people. You
right?
have to
There we go.
know what you're doing.
Know what to say.
Yeah.
Right. You have to know what to say, know what to do. Just really just keep hustling. Like you can't stop. I think a lot of people just expect, it to be easy, get in your car, drive around and
Well, 2 years ago
show
it
some
was.
houses
It
and
was.
sell some stuff.
2 years ago it
Yeah.
was.
So you're basically talking about like some of the things that old timers like us that have been in the industry a while. It's like go back to the basics, right?
It is
Absolutely.
about the
So
basics.
can you elaborate on that? What are the basics? What talk about that a little bit.
Well, I think one of the things that I really learned from getting my license in 2008, which was like the worst.
It
It
was.
was it
It
was
was
a
a down
terrible
market.
market.
Yeah.
Very-
Underwriters didn't
And
know what to lend, and it was difficult to get people qualified.
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah.
And I was able to, learn how to actually be a realtor.
Yeah.
I mean, I had to learn how to get deals. I had to learn how to actually prospect. I had to learn how to market. I had to, you had to figure all that stuff
Well,
out
let's
because
explore on that. How do you market? How do you get deals, right? If you're a struggling agent or a new agent and you're
Mhm.
looking for how do I have great success, right? We always know there's no secret to the sauce. It's hard work every day, right?
Right.
It's hard work every day. What you guys make look like a breeze,
Mhm.
it's really not, right? You just make it appear that way because you're so good at it and you've got processes you follow all the time. But what does that process look like, right? You're a new agent and you're struggling, or you're a struggling agent and you're going, hey, how do I get my business kick-started right now?
Join a team.
Join a team.
Join a team.
Join this
Join
team.
a team
Join this team.
Join
that
this team.
has, well, you need to possibly join a team or join a brokerage that has a lot of training. Once you get your license,
There's not
it
just a ton of training
is
sitting out there
really
for
not
agents.
much about how to actually do real estate in your getting your license.
We tease about this all the time because we're in the mortgage side of the
Right.
business, and there is. I mean, yeah, sure, you've got Champion School of Real Estate, right? Which your father, does the coaching there and has helped build those up. But there's not a lot of great places to go in and get that real estate coaching on either side of the table unless you're working for the right team.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you have to be intentional in knowing that every day you learn something new. Even
Yeah.
today, as long as I've been doing this, every single day I learn something new.
That's right.
So we grasp education and train our team as much as we can so that they will be the best agent for that buyer or for that seller.
That's right. Well, it's an evolving market.
hmm
It's an evolving market, and trends change every single year, right? And if you don't have the ability to adapt to market changes and learn new processes and continue that education for yourself, you're falling behind, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And you've got some people out there that are stuck in their old ways going, oh, this is just how it's done. Well, it's how it was done then.
Right.
It's not how it's done now. But there's some processes that never change. And that goes back to the hustle you were talking about, Sylvia, which is making sure that you're connecting with people often, right?
Yes.
All and with all different in all different ways. Like
Yeah.
some people communicate different. Phone calls, emails, texts. I mean, you have to do everything. Social media.
That's right.
You have to really cover all the bases because if you want to hit all the people, because not everybody's going to answer their phone and not everybody really responds to text. Not everybody's an email person. So,
People want to communicate the way they want to communicate.
right,
And doing what you do, you have to adapt to that for each individual person. You've got to talk to them the
right.
way they want to talk to. We had a gentleman on not long ago that said he had a consumer that just wanted to communicate through, and this was on the mortgage side, through Messenger and Facebook.
Right.
That was his form of communication, right?
Right.
And you have to adapt to that. Hey, that's what his preference is. That's the way that we're going to go with that, right?
Absolutely.
So, you're right on the money with that. You've got to make sure that you're talking to your consumers the way they want to be talked to, whether that's phone, text, email, social media, or the good old fashioned face to face, right?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
That we're doing here right now. No, I love that. So, you guys get a lead. We know you spring into action, right? I've witnessed it firsthand, and first class service, by the way. That's the way it should be. I talk about this all the time. We have a lot of service that's lacking in this country today. You reverse things back, and people took pride in what they do. And I think that's the big difference with what you guys are doing right here is you take pride in your brand. You take pride in what you're doing, and it shows in that customer service, right?
We just
Yes.
had this conversation
Yes, we
about
did.
how important it is to like really own it.
Yeah.
Usually whatever you put out's what you're going to get back. But if you're not really doing a very good job and you're going to know that you're not doing all that you can.
Right.
You're not going to be successful, which is just going to keep bringing you down. And in sales, it's really important to keep like a really good,
Motivation.
yeah, you have to.
Goes back to that old adage of your attitude determines your altitude, right?
It
Absolutely.
absolutely does.
Absolutely.
That's kind of one of the things that we really push with our on our team is a lot of just
How
making
do you
sure.
do that? How do you motivate the team?
We do role play. We do affirmations. We have a book of the month that we have every month that they
That's
read, and we
fantastic.
go over it. So, I mean, we're constantly
You got homework assignments.
feeding them positive affirmations and homework and education that will help them grow not only as a real estate agent, but as an individual human being.
I love that. I love that. We do something similar with our team. We wake up every day and we jump on call stars where we all get on and we talk about what we're going to do that day. We motivate each other and then we hop on the phones and we leave the Zoom up and we start calling our customers together and we share the wins in the background.
Right.
Then we get off and we high five each other and we talk about the wins and talk about all the great things that happen. And what we're also doing there is we're also sharing what we're doing to have that success. We're also listing off podcasts that we need to be listening to, right? Hey, you need to check this one out. This is really great. It's going to teach you about this process. And we do a sales club training 2 times a week, right?
Right.
Sounds like you guys are doing the same stuff.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing going back to like if you're a new agent, what advice? Be in the office. Go to a
Yeah.
broker where there's an office where there's lots of people
That's
there
right.
because you're going to learn so much from the other agents, from their successes and from their failures. And you're going to be able to just gather all that information and
There-
learn from what other people are doing. And like on our team, we learn from each other. We are really happy when the other ones are successful.
You're accountability partners, right?
Absolutely.
Your accountability partners and your successes, right, that you
Mhm.
share together
Yep.
are to try to help each other build the best versions of yourselves.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we talk about this all the time. It's like even when you have an agent that might be struggling a little bit, you align yourself with a community that believes in you, even when you
Link
don't believe
arms.
in. You link arms, and they drag you along based on their experiences and their positive affirmations, so that when you start obviously having some success, the community's drug you along to the point where, oh no, I believe I can do that. So talk about this, Tanya, because I come from a real estate family, and my mom actually had an office. Um, and it was a constant battle in regards to bringing people on that actually wanted to work and people that wanted to come on that just wanted to say I was a real estate agent. Talk about the type of individual that you're looking to align yourself with on the Tanya Peak team.
Well, when we look at who we're going to hire, we're really looking at somebody who has a positive attitude, a good work ethic, someone who is not afraid to pick up the phone and call a stranger.
Yeah.
And then someone who's just really willing to grind. I mean, because to be successful in this industry, it's certainly not a 40-hour work week. I mean, you need to work nights, you have to work weekends. You just really need to be able to make a full-time commitment before we'll even start to talk to you. As far as being on the team, because we really try to hire slow and fire faster.
Well, you're
Right.
setting up the proper expectations, right?
Yes.
Up front. This is what it takes to work here.
Yes.
And are you ready to make that commitment, right? You know, one of my mentors said this the other day. I loved what he said. He said, I used to hire people and I didn't set the stage for what I expected from them.
Right.
And he said, so when I tried to get them to move up to the level of my expectation, I never had their permission. And what he used with this, and I loved it, is he said, I recently started doing personal training at the gym. And he said, I went to the personal training, said, I want 3 hard workouts. I want you to push me hard 3 days a week. And that's what I'm willing to do. And he came in and he did that. And he was making major gains. And the guy came back to him and said, this is great. But guess what? You need to get on a meal plan. And he said, hoo, 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 hoo. Hold your horses. We didn't talk about a meal plan, right? We talked about 3 hard workouts 3 days a week. That's what I've agreed to. He said it wasn't until he went home and committed to himself, you know what? I'm ready to make that commitment that's what's going to happen. So setting that proper expectation in the interview of this is what's expected here. This is my vision. And if you don't see it, it's okay. You don't have to be here, right?
Absolutely. We have a team agreement that they have to sign when they join the team. And during the interview, we give them what all the requirements are for them to be able to be on the team and what it will be expected of them, when they're expected to be here, how many calls they're expected to make. So we make it very clear from the get-go exactly what the requirements are to be on the team.
That's it, Clint. That's why they're so successful. That's what you've created here,
It was a
Tonya.
process getting there. It was a process. I mean, it was all really
It always
like
is.
you
It always
It
learn,
always is.
you know, what not to do, and you know
Well, the overnight
how to
success
keep
that wasn't so
everything.
overnight.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
No one knows how long that night
There were a lot
was.
of
It was a
sleepless
long
nights.
night.
No.
Yeah. No, that's fantastic. That's
Mhm.
fantastic. So talk about that years to grind out those processes, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you
from
learn from mistakes, and then you like, okay, I'm not doing that again, right?
Right.
you do.
You get a lot of advice from different people, and we actually do have coaching. Like Tanya has a coach,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so
I have a coach too,
yep,
and I
which
coach my team.
Mhm.
super important, I think, to have a coach, have someone to throw stuff at. Most coaches
It's how
also
you
are
get better.
coaching
That's how you
other.
get better.
Yeah, you
Yes, we
do.
we talk with him every single week, and he has definitely helped us grow for sure.
Yeah.
Stretched us a lot, which is good.
Yeah.
And he
Well,
talks to other team leads, so he knows like what they're doing and how they're handling it. So he has,
if you have the right coach, he's invested in your
yeah.
team.
Yes,
Or
and
he or she,
it's a
right? He or
he for
she. Yeah.
us, but one of the things that we love most about it is, we are the biggest team here. So
Yeah.
we need somebody bigger than us to learn from. And
Absolutely.
so he coaches all over the nation and coaches teams that are bigger than us or happen to be doing more production than us. And if they've got the same number of people and doing more production than us, we want to know what are they doing that we're not doing.
I did the same thing. So I'll be going to Asheville, North Carolina next month for a Freedom Club convention. And this is other people like myself from across the country with other coaches that are like minded and like hearted. And what we do is we go share our success stories so that we can take what's happening all across the United States and say, hey, let's bring that back into our organization. Let's get ourselves better, right?
Mhm.
That's what it's all about. Because again, like you said, if you're not looking for ways to progress, then you're not truly successful, right?
You mean that's like what Jimmy Johnson used to say, the old Dallas Cowboys coach, that if you're not getting better, you're getting worse because there is no staying the same.
That's the truth.
So the reality of the matter is that's what makes you guys so successful. It's because you guys are killing it. You're rock stars in the industry, but you're not too big on yourselves that you're like, we can't get better, we can't do things better, we can't be more efficient.
Kaizen.
Kaizen, yeah.
Kaizen. Are you guys familiar with Kaizen?
No.
You follow the practice already, so you need to know. It's a Japanese business philosophy, and it's about continuous improvement within your organization to eliminate redundancies and always look for ways to create the best successful version of your business model. That's what you guys
Well,
are
it
doing.
sounds like that's what we're doing.
It's one of our core values, and
I
it's
like
one of
it.
our most important core values, right?
Yes.
So
Extremely
again,
important.
that's why we had you here, right? Like-hearted, like-minded.
Well, thank you.
People out there doing the right things to create great success, and this is what the viewers need to hear, right? This is what the followers need to know about is this is why you choose Tanya Peak's team,
Right.
right? This is why as a consumer you choose Tanya Peak's team because they're always looking to best what they did yesterday, right?
Right.
And that also means providing a great experience for the consumer, right? Because at the end of the day, let's talk about that. Our success is only driven behind the families that we serve, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
Yes.
what's your commitment to those families, right? What
Yeah, you talk about
Well,
if
I mean,
a
there's
consumer
a lot
calls.
when you're committing to a family.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Everything that I do up to the end of a deal and before I've ever met them is committing to the family.
That's right.
Because my knowledge of the contract, my knowledge of how the industry works, the loopholes, the all the things that could go wrong,
That's right.
all of that helps me help them, keeps them out of danger, keeps them safe, keeps them the most profitable,
That's
gets
right.
them the best deals. Because if you don't know what you're doing, you are not doing the best thing, whether you're nice and happy with them and they love you. At the end of the day, it's all about like protecting your clients,
Yeah.
making sure that they are being treated fairly and that they're getting the best possible deal that they can get. I don't know if deal's the right word, but
Well, that's where having the right industry partner is so important. At the end of the day, when you're pairing yourself up with a real estate team that understands the ins and outs, your experience is going to be better. And the consumers need to know that, right? Some people think, oh, a real estate agent is a real estate agent. No, that's not the case at all. We're not all
They
created
only think
equally.
that until they run into a problem.
That's it.
And then they need someone on their side that knows how to get them out of a contract if that's what they need, or to negotiate better on their behalf. So a lot of people feel we're all the same, but they only feel that way as long as everything's going good.
Yeah, well, when you're working on your team, right? You guys are the professionals of the industry. It's no different than the Dallas Cowboys right across the street at the Star, right?
Mhm.
Those are the professionals of the football field. You guys are the professionals of the real estate arena,
Right.
right? And having that right partner, that success partner is what's going to make that process smooth and flawless, right? And that's what you can expect from Tanya Peak and the Tanya Peak Group.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we always like to touch on, outside of the office. We know that you guys are crazy busy when you're in the office. What do you guys do outside of the office? What's that look like?
I don't know. We're always here.
I don't know. I'm like saying, um,
There's always a success story behind that, right?
Oh,
Though,
yes.
family, kids.
Yeah, we each have 3 children. I have a 18-year-old daughter who just graduated high school and she's taking her real estate exam. I
That's
have a
awesome.
22-year-old son that's getting his mortgage license,
Let's go.
and
Dubuc
my
team.
20, soon to be 25-year-old is on my team.
That's
So we're
fantastic.
all the children are coming into the industry with
Family
me.
business.
Mhm.
There you
Family
go.
business. Well,
Absolutely.
you're going to teach them how to have great success.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
That's
Build that
right. I
legacy.
think they will.
they
Yeah,
Build that
haven't been
legacy.
scared away,
yeah,
then they're going to be doing just fine.
yeah.
Well,
My son
this
did
point,
amazing his
they've
first
seen
year.
her the whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, they've seen how hard I work and
That's
what all
that's
it's taken, and
Yeah.
they don't know any different. I've been doing it since they were born.
Yeah, no, they're born to the business.
Yes.
Well, and I was here earlier, and you had your daughter with you here as
Yep,
well.
she's on the team too. She does a lot of our marketing, and
Yeah, she's amazing.
she works
So
with.
how many kiddos do you have?
I have three too,
Okay.
and
Are they all three going to be jumping onto the team at some point?
I think that Haley might be the only one.
Probably
I'm
just
Yeah.
a
not
girl.
really sure, but none of them, the other ones, they're boys. They don't really want to work that hard. No, I'm just kidding. Wah, wah, wah.
I did a motivational about Generation Z the other day. Maybe you can play that one for
Right.
Yeah. Well,
But what I talk about is there is no elevator ride to the top of success, right?
Right.
It's dedication and hard work day after day after day after day. And that's how you get there.
Absolutely.
And you create processes along the way to make it even more successful.
Correct.
right.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Well, I'd love to keep you guys here all day long because truly it's amazing to
honor.
have you here.
Yeah,
It's an honor. We're honored to have you guys
Mm-hmm.
here, right?
Thank you for your
Real
time.
estate rock stars, right? So, I know there's probably something we failed to ask you today that we didn't. Is there anything else that you want to share that we didn't talk about today?
We covered a lot of ground today, but yes, we do think anybody that's considering buying or selling a house should definitely reach out to us because we have the best agents with the best negotiating skills, and we've been doing this a long time, and I think our combined years on the team are probably 100 and something. So
Yeah.
every experience one of us has had.
That's awesome. Well, we just had Anna Mangieri on the show as well,
Yes,
one of your
Mhm.
agents and one of your top tier agents, right?
absolutely. She's one of the top
Showcasing
agents.
exactly right why Tonya Peak's team's the right team to come to, and also if you're looking for the right agency to set yourself up with, right, and you're willing to put forth the pact and
Mhm.
do the hard work and put that dedication out there to the process, I'm sure you're looking for great agents out there as well.
Yeah, we're always open to interview great agents.
Yeah. What area do you service specifically?
Mostly Collin and Denton County.
Hmm.
We go a little bit in North Dallas, but majority Collin and Denton County.
There it is.
Yep.
There it is. And if people out there want to find the Tanya Peak group and Tanya Peak and Sylvia Maris,
Yes.
how do they find you guys?
Well, they can go to TanyaPeak.com and register on our website, or they can call 972-674-6888.
There it is. You want to run that number back one more time?
972-674-9888. That goes to the entire team.
I love it.
Mhm.
I love it.
Yep.
Man, absolute pleasure, as I said. Clint, anything you'd like to say to our guests before we wrap this
Man,
thing
it
up?
just it's an honor, and
Yeah.
I think that the reality is the most successful agents that we've had the pleasure of talking to all are just educators,
Process
and
driven,
process driven,
and they care.
and they care. Those are the three common motivators or the common themes, and so you guys definitely we can see why you guys are so successful. So
And we
congrats,
love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
congrats,
That's the
yeah,
thing. You have
You
to
love what
really
you
love
do.
it.
You have to
Really
love
have
what
to
you
love
That was
do.
another of my
do, and
motivationals.
yeah.
Love what you do.
You have to love,
Yeah.
you have to love what you do
Does that
and
go
get
back
up
to
every
the?
day.
Does that go back to the adage that if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life?
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I
that's
do. That's probably why when you're like, "What do you do for fun?"
This,
Yeah.
this,
Well, I mean,
This is
I do
I
too. I'm
just
doing a
this
like doing
podcast.
it
we
for
enjoy
fun.
we have
So
fun up here
Yeah.
every day.
we
I mean,
do.
you have to have
You
fun.
got a great team. You got a great
Well,
team.
thank you.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's great stuff. Well, guys, we loved having you here, and we're the real estate success partners. So if you want to check us out, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, iTunes. We're on all your major listing platforms. If you want to see the video and you want to check this one out, we got some cool cowboy footage coming at you on this one. You want to go to YouTube and subscribe, and we love those 5-star reviews. So again, I'm Devin Dubuc.
and I'm Clint Richey.
Thanks for stopping in.